If you're new to New York City and you're looking for the most affordable and in many cases one of the fastest ways of getting around, you've come to the right video. In this video, I will be detailing how to ride, pay, and navigate the subway system with ease, hassle-free. Just to preface, the subway is a dense, complicated system with over 400 stations, a ton of lines, and so many ways to get lost and confused. Lucky for you, I have ridden the subway to completion. Check out this graphic here. Don't get me wrong, this is not an easy system to navigate. You get used to it, but it's intricate and complicated. It is possible to learn. And once you master the subway, you save so much money on cabs and Ubers or any kind of ride-share taxi service. First things first, the riding. For example's sake, let's say you are located in Queens and you are trying to get to Central Park. In this scenario, I'm going to be headed to the Steinway Street station, board an R train that is Manhattan bound, and then ride it to 5th Avenue and 59th Street. Once I get to my destination, I get out of the train, follow the signs to Central Park, and voila! I have made it to Central Park, and I am also incredibly close to 5th Avenue. In total, this trip took about 15 minutes once I boarded the train, and it only cost $2.75, which saves you about 20 bucks compared to a cab or a Lyft. So, we're on the same page and understand that the subway is a very quick, affordable, and convenient means of navigating New York City. Now I want to get into the specifics of riding to make sure that you don't get lost when trying to get to your destination. First, once you have determined a place to go to, find your closest subway station. In the previous example, mine was Steinway Street. Next, after you've paid the fare, you want to make sure you're on the correct platform. For this example, Central Park is in Manhattan. And if I'm in Queens, I want to make sure that I am boarding the train on the Manhattan-bound platform. Or, let's say you're in the East Village and you want to get to Williamsburg. You want to navigate to the closest L train station and make sure you are boarding the Brooklyn-bound L train. It is very important you get this detail right, because if you get on the wrong train, you could end up in a very different place and then be late to your engagement or your concert or wherever you're supposed to be. You don't want that. And if you're using a GPS app like Google or Apple Maps, they will usually detail in the directions what the correct platform is to be on. Next, once you board your train, you might have a digital sign reading out how many stops you are away from your destination. Not all trains have this, and that's okay. Some of them are a little bit older. So if you board an older train, just listen to the announcements and make sure you're getting to the right place. You can also confirm this by checking the map, which is usually provided in most subway cars, or you can ask a person for directions. Next, I want to get into subway etiquette, which there is a sort of unspoken code that New Yorkers know when riding the train, which can be a telltale sign that you're not around here if you don't know what you're doing. First off, I think it's important to talk about food and drink. Food and drink is okay on the subway, but you don't want to eat or drink something that will be an inconvenience to other people. Specifically, if you don't have a lid on your beverage or a means to seal it off when you're done drinking it, or you're eating a food that's either really smelly or it could just spill all over the place if you hit a bump. An example of this might be like a rice bowl or a salad, or basically like any kind of knife and fork dish in a bowl. So you want to be careful. You don't want to be eating a whole Italian pasta dish when riding the 2 train. But things like a granola bar or a water bottle that you can seal off with a cap, those are fine. Second off, no feet on the seats. It's really gross and actually illegal. So if a cop catches you resting your feet on another seat, they could actually write up a ticket for you. Finally, any kind of music or video playback should really be done through headphones. You're not going to get a ticket for this per se, but it's just rude and you want to keep the other people in mind. The last bit of etiquette that I want to cover has to do with navigating the stations, specifically with staircases. Right side is slow, left side is fast. It's kind of like a highway if you drive a car. For people who just want to ride the escalators or walk slowly, right side of the stairs. For people who are in a rush or trying to walk up the escalator, left side. Finally, I want to talk about one of the most important topics of this whole video, and that is payment. So the most common and convenient method of paying the fare is usually by buying a Metro card. When you get to your station, there are going to be vending machines or a helper at the front desk to be able to supply you a Metro card. If you don't already have a Metro card, go up to the machine, look for the fast Metro card option. It's usually going to be like $10 because it's a $9 balance plus $1 for the Metro card. Insert your payment card or cash if that's what you have, and then boom, Metro card, ready to go. Once you have your Metro card, I highly recommend refilling it from there on out if you need it. There are two options for doing this. There is add value and add time. Value is just a dollar amount. So I would recommend having a value of $11 for 4 rides or $16.50 for 6 rides. Don't go for the unlimited cards unless you plan on making more than 11 trips in a week or 46 trips in a month. So if all you want is the most universal and accepted solution of payment, a Metro card is the way to go. However, there is a new modern rollout of a payment system called Omni. Omni is the MTA's tap-to-pay system that works with phones, bank cards, smartwatches, anything that is NFC equipped to be able to make contactless payments. The pro of Omni is that you skip the machines entirely. You skip the Metro card, all you need is a bank card or a phone, and then you can pay and you're good to go. The downside is that the MTA is still working on this. They're still rolling out these systems to stations that don't have them. For example, as of this recording, Steinway is finally getting Omni support. And they started rolling this out over a year ago. The MTA did say by the end of 2020 that all subway stations are going to be equipped with Omni. Go to the Omni website to make sure that your station has Omni support. And with that comes the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching to the end, and I hope this helped you out and answered any questions you had regarding the MTA. May your travels be safe and quick. Bye-bye.